Oh, connection quality is okay actually. Nice, 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 nice. Very good, very good. What about the audio? Seems fine. Oh, I forgot chat test. Alright, seems to work. Let me clear that. Wait, I mistyped it. There we go. Refresh the chat. I'm gonna pin the Discord. Oh, alright. I got distracted and responded to a message. There we go. Has been linked. Oh wow. Oh, I'm fucking leaking my notes? That's great. Actually, didn't realize that. You should, I don't. Usually I'm very careful. I don't have my notes on screen this time. They're just there. I'm glad. It was nothing important though. It was just like YouTube watched for later and then like some ideas that I had. Actually, recently, I'm so glad. Recently, I thought, like, I wrote down temporarily a name and a phone number in the notes, and I was like, I should probably delete this in case I accidentally leak my notes. So I don't fuck this person over. And one thought that I had was like, nah, I'm not gonna leak my notes. You know, I'm not that dumb. That's not gonna happen. But then I thought, I should still delete that name and phone number from there. Holy shit, I'm glad I did that. Wow. Actually just instantly did it. The fucking first chance I had. Yep. Never trust yourself. Yep, yep, yep. Anyway, we're currently in the process of doing mesh latticing. So instead of using these bad boys, um, these are like chunked mesh instances. Well, actually, I just realized these are offset from everything, but that's fine. Like I built the mesh on the CPU myself, and then like also assigned the UVs and the normals and whatever. It takes some computation time, and the rendering isn't that efficient either. It's a bit stinky. But here, this mesh lattice, we actually have like this entire face as a mesh, this top face. But for like here, we have this certain color, but next to it, we discard these pixels because there's supposed to be air there, you know? So all these phases, you can imagine that there's just slices going through the chunk at all, all of these intervals in each of the directions. I'm not pointing the right. The slice here, slice here. Actually, no, that's in the middle of a block. No, that's a bigger block. There is a slice here. Slice here, whatever. Um, but yeah, it actually looks pretty cool. There's like a core in the center. Is this mirrored? No, it's not. Oh, these are the same because like of some rounding shit, like going from negative to positive, I think. Mm-hmm. So that's something to fix at some point. Or then it's just a simple rounding error. I don't know which one it is. I'll eventually figure it out. And also, I was thinking, like, if these mesh lattices are too inefficient, where it's like, oh, you're having like huge faces like this, like, how would I say? Like, if I have a huge empty area, you know, like I have behind this cube, like this area, it's just hard to show because there's literally nothing there. If I have a very big empty area, then, you know, I can do some meshing on the CPU where I actually just don't have faces there. You know, like if it's completely empty, then yeah, we can just exclude those from the mesh lattice temporarily. And the mesh lattice is also a lot cheaper to build. So yeah, we'll see. It's at least cheaper to build when you make one face for everything. Like the more subdivisions you have, I guess, the less efficient it becomes. But yeah, that's great. That's great. I was thinking that I might want to actually pipe the correct voxel data into these lattices. Let's make a bigger lattice just for the show of it. And there we go. We have a lot. I guess on the edge, these are duplicated. Like on this edge, on the other edge, they're like flat. Okay, I should maybe fix that. I wonder what causes that. It could be the flooring. What if we round here instead? Well, now they're flat. Yo. They're all incorrect now. That's not right. I think ceiling will give me the same issue, but on the other side. Like, was this flip which side this is on? Or? I mean, these seem fine now. There's no duplication. There's no flat faces. I'm so glad I iterate through, like, using flow round on seal. For no reason, actually. I had no reason to do that. But now, this works. Bug fixed. Let's go. I also notice how we have 100 by 100 cube with... I think this is repeating. Yeah, there's like some artifacts here still. We have a 100 by 100 cube with like a lot of cubes. A cube with a lot of cubes. And the rendering is just stellar. Like, I'm not dropping any frames. It feels very, very smooth. And I think I could do this with chunk meshing, maybe? But it just kind of works. But if we start going to like 1,000, then the generation itself takes a long time. Let's test it out. There's actually one shader bug that I want to fix before moving to Rust. So I want to have lattice sizes that are not uniform. Yeah, here you see we're already kind of struggling to generate. It will take a fucking long time to do that. Let's do like 500 instead. Yeah, that's a lot faster. But this is just GD script limitations, I'm pretty sure. Like if I generated this random data with Rust, it would just go... And there we go. And yeah, we can still render this all fine. Let's teleport. 250, 1250. And now, okay, here we drop some frames. What about when we get on top? It's not the best. Like, looking this direction for some reason is fine. I still haven't figured this out. Like, I'm about at the center. Looking this direction is fine. This direction is fine. Actually, no. Like, this direction kind of is bad a bit. Like, I dropped some frames there. Not sure why. But yeah, but for the most part, it's fine. Kind of. I wonder where the triangles go. Can I turn like... I want to see this. I know this is not what I was looking for, but I want to see that. Let me reduce the size so launching doesn't take forever. It's a flashing warning, probably, because I turned the debug thing on. Oh, actually, this is like very pleasant. Flashing. That's very interesting. I actually like how this feels. Holy. Just hover over a thing and... Apparently when you scroll over stuff, that's when it like redraws the first time. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, and when I enter the main menu, it draws the rect. Fair enough. Alright, anyway. I'll turn that off. I guess that could be useful for something. Like if redrawing is happening for no reason. Okay. This seems like a fine distance. Yippee. Alright, let me actually fix the issue that I was facing last time. Instead of getting distracted just looking at the lattices. If I have this, then we suddenly just don't render anything. Which is very strange. Because we're supposed to render stuff. We just have a non-uniform size. About we're supposedly sampling the 3D texture correctly. Are these incorrect? I think those are incorrect. It might be Y, Z, and X here. Oh, that's the case. Oh, we've entered warp drive mode. Okay. Let's actually make these still this way. Hold on, let's make Z be here. X here. Y here. I don't know if that fixes anything. Oh, we're getting a bunch of errors now. Oh, yeah. I actually want these to be this way around. Let's see if I have Z and Y. How does it look? Oh, I get nothing. It has to be this way. I guess it's just about fixing the shader now. And now we actually display stuff. But why are we displaying it like this? Why are we entering far lands? I need to make that no clip camera faster. Let's make it 10 times faster. I lost strong scene. There you go, that's a bit faster. Like if I enter normal movement, you can see how slow we are, but in no clip, we just zoom. What is happening here? I think we're just sampling incorrectly. Yeah, I guess it makes sense because we're just creating like random data and sampling that. So it makes sense that we kind of have stuff incorrectly. I think this is the only thing that has to change. Okay, so I have like normal stuff here, and then ooh, this looks like shader programming actually. Yes, this is exactly what writing shaders is like. This is what all the game dev memes have taught me, or taught me rather. Ay ay ay. What if we have it here? Oh, it's like squished both sides. Very interesting. What the hell? It is supposed to be 25 on the y-axis. Is our lattice mesh incorrect? It might be. Like, the mesh seems fine. No, the mesh is fine. This is exactly what it's supposed to be. That's the one thing that's working. Never doubt the lattice mesh generation. That's the life lesson. But why is our shader wrong? Like, here we're doing just fine. We're sampling the correct positions. This is going... How many blocks is this? Oh my god, the no clip is so fast. I need to make it slower. Okay. Oh, we're definitely in here, so let's do... This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Well, the off by one is me, so this is like 25 blocks. 25, and then we start reading incorrectly. Why? Well, let's just do 250 everywhere. Oh, wrong thing. And now we get this, which is not correct. It's stretched only on one axis. What does it mean? Does it mean that the image data is actually incorrect? It might be that. Like the height of the image data is fine. This axis is fine. Like we still have a long axis here, and it's completely fine. But then this side is just fucked. Where do you generate the image? Think I'll get errors now? Yep. Well, we go here again. We change the order of these. Oh, wrong scene. I should make this lattice test my main scene. And... Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Almost sneezed. We get like 3 values here. What does that mean? Oh. So I messed up the shader before. Okay. Nice. Very good. Now we get our flat lattice. We can have, we still have some repeats here. We're just doing some incorrect sampling. Which, you know, happens. Gotta fix this at some point. Actually, how regular is this? It is very regular. There's something going on with the rounding. I can start seeing these lines now. It's like a grid. I really wonder what causes that. I don't think it's a repetition line or anything. It's just those two are there. And now it's... You know, it is different. At least the lines themselves are different. And the blocks are different as well. I'm like forcibly seeing patterns. I need to like confirm that they're not the same. Okay, we have light and then we have dark right next to the line. Well, here's actually a line and then we don't see that. There's 2 lines next to each other? What? Okay, this is more chaotic than I thought. Anyway. I wonder how big can I make this? One of the strengths of the lattice is having non-uniform sizes like this. I think non-uniform basically means what I think it means, which means not a cube. Right, non-uniform size equals not a cube. And this takes a while, but it's good enough. So basically, as we multiply the x, the y, and the z together, as long as one of the axes is small, rendering should be fine. You know, it should be just fine. And that's why I was also thinking that having dynamic lattices, like discarding large areas should be good. Because you know, then you can have smaller lattices that cover the actual like active area of the world. Like you might want one lattice that's always near the player. So if you place a block, you don't have to like rebuild the lattice. You just use the one that the player has. But Like for far away things, you can just make a static lattice. Let's see, almost done with the generation. So I definitely think lattices are the future of this project. Like they support LOD. I can tweak them to be more performant. And yeah, it's just seems very, very good. There's a lot of blocks, and we do get some frame drops when looking like this direction. No, I didn't mean to type that. 2500, okay. I said it incorrectly, but I know what I want. Yeah, like looking this direction is hella laggy. Looking here is fine. I really wonder what's going on. I'm thinking like, because these faces are built out of multiple triangles. I'm like, is it that some of these directions I'm looking at one triangle or something, and these I'm like looking at two, but it doesn't seem to align like that. It's really strange. It's actually just one direction that I try to look at is laggy. But damn. What is happening there? Like, what is the source of this lag? Can I find it? Like, if I could just take that out, that would be great. And now I'm doing fine? Hmm. Hmm. It's not the worst. What if I teleport to the other side? Thinking there might be some quirk with how this is rendered. Or there's some untapped optimization that could be done to make rendering this less expensive. Like right here, we are dropping hella frames. Like it's not smooth at all. Let's go to 0, 0. Oh. Encoding overloaded, but we didn't crash. Okay, good. And this side, we're just grooving. We're just going so smooth. It's unreal. Like, what is happening? I can go far, I can go in, I can just be here. Everything is fine, you know? I have a theory, right? This needs to be tested. Oh, I can probably optimize the lattice mesh using this. This is so genius. I can explain in a moment. First, yeah, we're gonna reach the edge in a moment. Oh, wait, is this fine? It is fine, for some reason. It is less fine. We are lagging more. I think the more I go this direction, the worse it gets. Either I'm building the mesh incorrectly, and there's just more phases or something there. Or then, what I'm thinking is that for some reason, like these front faces get rendered first, because they're just made first, right? So there's just in the rendering, they're just there. They're there first. Blah, 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 blah. Let me repeat the word first a million times now. But they're here first. And when I look this direction, like when the screen gets covered pretty fast, you can see that we can't really see far into there. So the rendering can kind of just be aborted early. Right? That's what I'm thinking. And when we go to... Wait, I think this is C. No, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, where am I actually? Yeah, this is going the wrong way. I actually want to go the X direction. How much did I generate? 2,000? 2,000? I forgot that I don't have. Anyway. Yeah, here already we're lagging. I don't know why it happens when you go to the side like this. Like if I look here, it's fine. Well, I guess... I guess there's some spot where I see further, and it has to like... If I go here, then it's even worse, right? Yeah, this is the worst. I think... I don't fully understand how it lines up, but I think my theory makes sense. Because the further away we are from 0, 0, the worse it gets for some reason. And if we're in this corner, it's even worse. So for some reason, just being in the origin is very, very good. And like looking at the origin is also good. Looking here is bad, but looking at the origin is fine. I should make the mesh lattice centered around 0, 0 and see what happens. So I don't know if it's about the order or if it's the 0. Actually, it might be easier to make it be not... Yeah, I'm gonna flip the direction now. So we're gonna do size.x minus x for these. It's not the... Well, actually, I don't do it like this. This is dumb. Oh. I'm just gonna say x is size.x minus x. I think this works for the iteration just fine. Like it overrides the value temporarily, and then it will get the new value the next iteration anyway. Let's see. We gotta generate again. That's fine. I started thinking, oh, if only I like cached the lattice. But no, if I cached the lattice, then it would actually be incorrect now. Like I do have to build this new one. Ay, ay, ay. That's interesting though. That is very interesting. I feel like if I can solve this, then I also have to not forget that currently I have occlusion cooling enabled. So this might affect the results. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm like solving performance issues without even like doing Rust code yet. But you know, fair enough, fair enough. That's what it is sometimes. I'm really actually looking forward to the moment where I either have a like just a straight up global lattice that just works, or I have implemented like dynamic global lattices. Really, really looking forward to that. Because I think having a similar field of blocks, like 2500 by 100, with the naive meshing, it's really bad performance. Like, it's not good at all. Oh, and we lag. We lag at 0, 0. Wow, imagine that. Now let's TP to 250, 100, 250. And now we're fine. Now we're fine on this side. It's almost like the performance is dependent on where the faces start out from. Wow, isn't that crazy? That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Is it because of the occlusion cooling? Let me see. Not export. This stream might crash. Just saying, you know? If it crashes, it'll be up soon. It will be up soon. Hopefully it doesn't crash in the first place. Yep. But basically now I want to think... Like, I want to make this mesh just be centered around 0, 0. Like, I start from the center, then I go like 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right. Oh, I just realized also. Do I need to do like an X face first, and then a Y face, and then a Z face? Huh. Does that matter as well? Maybe. Maybe. It might. This is a question I actually really want to ask Detox, but maybe one day. Or then I will figure this out on my own. See, generation is happening. Almost there. And I think... what am I thinking? Well, it's ready now. A horrible performance there. Okay, we just... And it's still fine, actually. Wow. It's... The occlusion culling apparently doesn't really do much, at least for this. Like, we have the one mesh, and it just is. Very smooth. Very smooth. And well, you know, here it's very smooth, I guess, because there's not much to do. How would I do this? I guess I could have an array of all the X triangles, and an array of all the Y triangles, and an array of all the Z triangles. I ordered them already, so that the center faces are there first. And then, instead of just appending the arrays like this, I take an element from the X array, then from the Y array, then from the Z array, and that's how it's generated. I think that makes sense. So now, how do we get you be centered? So basically you want to start from negative size divided by 2 and stop at size divided by 2. Or no, that would just offset you. What am I saying? You want to start from the center. What? How do I get this to start from the center? Imagine trying to make an array loop in a strange behavior. Or like a strange order. It's like a ping pong order. Yeah, I think these have to be generated kind of like 2 phases at a time. Okay, first of all, we have the center. And I guess the X value is going to be our deviation from the center. I think that's what's going to happen here. And this might mean that we make a lattice that's 2 times larger. So, I'm gonna do this. That. And what do we actually say here then? Let's have you. Then. The only thing that we don't want to do is generate two phases at the center, which this code currently does, but we don't care. We'll just do it for now. The one extra face on every single side doesn't really matter that much. Oh. Anyway. Thank you. Oh, yeah. This is just, yeah. This and X triangle stop and right triangles 1, and then we do triangles 2 actually. We have those two faces there. I want to copy this logic over to each one of the sides. Triangles 2. There you go, not too much manual stuff. Actually, no, my clipboard is not correct currently. That's fine. Here, here, here. Pew, 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 pew. These are all Z. Gosh, good. Oh. Oh, size is a Z in it. That's fucked up. C1, C2, yep. Oh, it's Z triangles. Nice. If I do this, we will see nothing, because I don't actually use these triangles yet. Just, well, it takes too long to generate to actually confirm that. I'm not gonna waste my time on that. Now, I want to do... What do I want to do? I want to gradually grab these faces. Yeah, I guess we just... We need another maxi here, or if then I just do max and it's var arg. Just iterate the biggest axis, and what do? We append the array. Oh. We actually don't want to append array here. We literally just want to append. And these have to be arrays of arrays. Because I don't want to worry about being correct about the alignment. So yeah. Yep. That's good. Hello? I go. Second there are arrays. So for array dot size. Yes, this is values. Size is bigger than I if our size is bigger than y. I guess I could do this in reverse, where it's like if the array size is smaller than or equal to. Wait, no, if I want to put I on the other side. It's easier to think. If I is bigger than or equal to the array size, then we continue. Yep. Because there's nothing more this array can give us. Funny how just swapping the arguments, like sides, makes it so much easier, at least for me to think about this logic. Anyway. Now we know we have this element, so I think we just do one at a time. Append array. Let's see. Do we get an error? We might. We'll see. But that should give us a lattice mesh that where the faces start off from the center and they gradually go outward from the center. And if we go to the center, we should have the best performance. And I have been planning to make the mesh lattice be centered on the player anyway. Like if you cross over a chunk border, then we will discard the chunks on the other side and, you know, generate new ones on the other side. You know, like if the windows, like let's imagine that our character moves from like the Godot's nose to the edge, then what we do is we get some chunks here and discard some chunks here, right? And then the player is at the center again. And the lattice just kind of moves with them, so they're always at the best performing spot of the mesh. You know, but there's like a deviation of like 16 blocks, or like 32, I guess. Can move either direction? No, it's a deviation of 16 blocks. Yep. No, actually, deviation of 8 blocks. Because if you're at the center of the chunk, then you'll be centered on it. And if you're at the edge, then this is going to be 8 blocks. This is also going to be 8 blocks. So, yep. Let's see. Generation is almost done. Don't crash my computer. We get terrible performance on this edge. And if we go Those get terrible performance here. The both edges are ruined. I just remembered you can divide this by 2 like this. And at the center, it could be better, I guess. I mean, here, I don't think we have any frame drop directions anymore, actually. I can look any direction and it's fine. Let's look at the monitor. This is when we were on the edges. Oh, it saves. Yeah, we can just look around and everything is fine. 2,500 in each direction. And this mesh could be like circular around the player. Actually, no. Circular would mean more faces. Yes. So square actually is kind of good. That's what's going to be used. There's some... I felt some stuttering, but it's not too much. If I go below, this should lag, yeah. You have to render a lot. But lesson learned. Just make the lattice center of the player. Also on the vertical axis, don't let the player go above the lattice, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the real cases. Just, or then I could generate more sparse data even now. If I do this, we're gonna have way less blocks. Way less. Am I crazy or is the generation going slower? I think I'm just crazy. Yeah. Also, please don't overload the encoding. Just be nice. Don't crash me. Do not crash me. Yip, yip, yip. Yeah, at least if I like have some scenery lattice that's as far away from the player, then I should always have the closest face be the... Well, yeah. The closest face to the player should be the first one, like in the mesh. I guess it limits overdraw for some reason. But I bet there's some techniques to also reduce the overdraw that I'm not aware of. Plus, dynamic lattices. This definitely seems like the way. I feel like I'm still trying to convince myself of that, but do be like that sometimes. What do we get? Worst performance. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Nikki. How are you doing? I'm still exploring mesh latticing. Yeah, getting some. Yep. Let me go to the middle. To the middle. To the middle. We're doing okay. We're doing just fine. Well, it's not the best. Like 100 FPS. Could be better. But we are rendering quite a lot of stuff. You know, 2.5K x 2.5K. How much would that be in Minecraft chunks? Let's see. Divide by 16. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, my render distance in Minecraft is definitely smaller than this. Oh, what the hell? Why am I feel dumb. Because this is usually what I have. There. Okay, fair enough. Oh, yeah. I mean, are you streaming this morning? Or are you like about to stream, or what's the deal? I mean, I say morning, but I don't know what time it is actually for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Fair, fair. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I usually don't hop into streams before my stream just because like I wake up and then it's like 45 minutes on a stream. And usually I do a bunch of other stuff in the morning. Usually it's after the stream that I hang out. But yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm starting to be at the point where I have to write the Rust code again. Oh, that's early. That is early. Mm-hmm. Is there a reason why you chose 5 a.m.? Or did it kind of just happen to be? Because for me personally, I just decided like, you know, I'm just gonna stream when I wake up. But it is also nice to have like that little bit of time, before the stream where you can just live as a human being, you know, to get ready. Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I at some point I'll get that day job going, and then I'll see how busy I am and how much I can do in terms of streaming. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Maybe I'll become a 5 a.m. streamer as well. We'll see, we'll see. Anyway. Oh, I haven't even opened the Rust side. Oh. There we go. But I don't know how much you know about voxel rendering. But what I used to have, well, what I still have. I say as if I already have the new system. I have, how to say this. Like in the CPU, basically I just build a mesh, right? So you can imagine like 16 by 16 by 16 areas. And this is way too fast. I need to reduce the player speed. There we go. And basically when I remove a block, these faces didn't exist here before. And now that I placed the block, they're no longer there. Right? And I generate this mesh on the CPU, and then that gets transferred to the GPU, and I also build the UVs. And there's a texture atlas that's used to, like grab the texture. Yeah, wow. But the issue is that if I have some bigger worlds, like this one, you can see it takes a while to load it, first of all. And now we're in. Now everything is fine. And we can manipulate the world, whatever, everything works, that's great. There's still an issue where if we generate something that's a lot bigger than this, then I will start having performance issues. And that's because every single block face is 2 triangles. And even this large grass area, you could optimize this to be way less triangles. Something greedy meshing. Well, it's called greedy meshing when you start optimizing this kind of stuff. But it's a bit complicated. And I was like, can I get away with not doing that, maybe? And a friend reminded me of mesh latticing. Let me make the size a bit smaller. So I'm just gonna make it 100 by 100. We have the lattice here. Let's launch it. And basically, what this does is you can imagine, oh, that's weird. You can imagine a slice going through this. Actually, I'm gonna demonstrate this even better. I'm gonna give you the accurate visual. Hold on a moment. What we're gonna do, we're not gonna generate all of these. We're gonna not do this, and we're not gonna do this. And this should be fine. So you see, we have a bunch of slices, right? It's a bit hard to see because it's all blindingly white, but we have a bunch of slices. You can kind of see that. And then let's reintroduce this. And now we have, you know, a bunch of, and also the slices are two-faced because that's kind of what you need. I have a bunch of slices in the X direction, and some of these faces are discarded, right? So we just don't render anything here. And let me reintroduce the Y. This is actually, I didn't think this visualization would be this good. And now we have, you know, these slices. We have the X slices here, and we have the Y slices for all the blocks. We're still missing the Z. But you can still, like, imagine the Y slices is going through, like, entirely. Like, this slice here is the same as this one. Like, it's the same mesh face. We just discard all the pixels in between, because it's supposed to be air. And then we go here, we complete the illusion. And we have full blocks. And it is like way less faces than if I had 2 triangles per like face, right? Because this is 1 face per axis. Well, 2 faces actually. Like per axis slice. And I didn't come up with this, to be fair. This is and this talk. This talk is where I got this idea from. Very good talk, right? Gotta give credit where it's due. Goes through like the process of discovering this, where it's like starting from naive meshing, going to greedy, and eventually like making the small leap in logic that's required for this. It's great. The only problem is overdraw, right? So if you imagine, like overdraw basically is if you have a imagine being able to open GIMP. Gonna start up. There we go. If I have a triangle here, that's the best triangle. And then on top, we draw another one. You know, let's just say we completely cover this. So imagine this triangle, this smaller one is completely covered. Well, if we draw this first, then that's like a bunch of, I mean, even if we don't draw it first, this is like a bunch of space that's just wasted performance. Because we don't need to draw this twice, but we do. Right? And there are techniques to avoid that. I don't know much about rendering. I just know it's a problem. If you have a million triangles on top of each other and you render the back ones first, and you like gradually come closer and closer to the camera, that's the worst case scenario. The best case is that you have a big triangle in the front, and then if you have a smaller one in the background, let's like here. Then we render the front first, and for the smaller triangle, we only render this area, right? And yeah, so that's a problem to solve. I don't know, again, much about rendering. I just know it's a problem. Has to be solved some way. I might just message my good shader friend at some point and be like, yo, please help me. But yeah. Gotta say, this latticing stuff is like a magic trick. It really is. Yep. Yep. It is like that sometimes. And right now, I have to move all this generation code over the Rust side, generate the mesh, and then start piping voxel data, like the real voxel data, onto the GPU. Oi, oi, oi. It is a journey. Alright, let me actually get started. Let me see. Let's first commit everything that I did. So I did some stuff. Also, actually, this is the one thing that I ask, if I remember to ask. Are you using version control? I hope you are. Like Git or something like that. Okay, okay, good, good, good. Yeah. I sometimes I see someone and they don't use version control and then I just my world shatters. It's it's yep. Like how can you survive? And then I forget that about those people, or I forget that they don't use version control rather, and then the balance to the world is restored and everything is fine. Bam. Yeah, I mean RPG in a box. I don't know what they do for the voxel rendering, but yeah. I don't know if I have more to say about that. I don't know what they do for the voxels, and it is very much. How would I say it? Like they very much are an engine on top of an engine, right? Like it is like a proper engine. For me, this is more like it's gonna be a game that you can play, but you can also like make your own stuff with it, right? So it is different. But yeah. Yep, yep, yep. And I would guess also that RPG in a box can get away with like doing less performance stuff for the voxels. Like I would imagine that they more focus on like making them look good and like having post-processing effects and whatnot, and being able to do that. I mean, I think you can still do that with lattices, but for me, it's very much like I want to have big worlds, right? Like being able to have a big like scenery backdrop, that's kind of required. But if you think about RPG games, they don't have that many voxels on the screen. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I think. I'd be surprised if they don't just build meshes out of the voxels. Because if you imagine something like a chest opening, if the top part of the chest actually tilts, so if we have, um, a chest here and we have the top here, then if you this like tilts open like this, then you are actually like making meshes out of the voxels instead of like doing some global lattice stuff. I mean, I guess you could have global lattice and then on top of that do meshes, but I don't know. I would assume the voxels are just for like ease of creation. But yep. I really am just trying to avoid going to the Rust. It's like any excuse, any topic that I can talk about. Let's go. Let's dive deep. We'll go through it. Damn. Mm, okay. What I want to do here? Yeah, because I have to refactor a lot. A lot. it. Mm, I think I just start by deleting code. I'll have one static area that's supported. Yeah, because I have to make like a regression. Like in terms of this code, I'm at the local maxima. Basically, I can't build on top of this. I just have to first tear it down. At least I think so. I can always go back to the old version. But down. I don't really need to get rid of the physics. I almost do want to just actually start from complete scratch. Just focus on just making the mesh latticing work. And then build everything on top of that. And now I see the reason of, like, if I split everything into multiple files, well, actually, no. If I split everything into multiple files, then if I had like a rendering file, it might be easier to replace. But also, I might need some surrounding stuff to change anyway. Okay. Yep. Alright, we'll start deleting. We're not gonna have chunks, we're gonna have a global array of blocks. That's what we're gonna start with. We're not gonna have lights. We're not even gonna have blocks. There's gonna be different grayscale colors for now. No rotations. Nothing like this. Just absolute only the basics. We only have one mesh instance. This is the global lattice. We're not gonna rebuild any meshes. We're gonna relight any chunks. We're not gonna propagate any light. I'm gonna comment these out because these are like. Actually, no. I only deleted the. Did I delete models? No, I didn't. These are gonna be commented out. Material. I think I still need this. Yes, because I need to set shader parameters. This is actually needed. Atlas size, not needed right now. Entities, we're not going to care about physics. And this is physics stuff. Okay. That seems a little simpler already, which is good. And later, I'm going to bring all this stuff back. But right now, it's just distracting. Yeah, model, sure, we'll comment you out. Actually, would it even... I'm thinking. I start another Godot project completely. Is that easier? So we do also have to change the 3D script size. But no, 3D script side. I don't think I have to extensively change it though. I just have to make it not try to register meshes and materials, and then everything's fine. I think those are allowed to live. We're not gonna have an input frame. We're only gonna be no clipping around. We shouldn't need a chunk size. These are dead to me as well. Block update, more like, no, you're not real. Actually, I should just delete this. You're not real. Set block we do want. We do want to be able to set blocks. We're not gonna have anything like chunks. We're not gonna have chunks to rebuild. No like you. No block updates. Just the position and the block. We do need to pass something. Actually, am I going on this the wrong way? I am actually. I don't need to tear this down this far. Yes. This is good though. I'm glad I didn't stay still just thinking. Starting to tear everything down did make me think about this, like what do I actually need. So I need a function that takes in the mesh lattice and gives it the voxel data. That's what I need. How do we do that? We have some... Okay. This is good progress. And this is all just... me just going to town. Okay. Discard that. And pull blocks. We go here. We have a function. Update lattice. I think everything else can kind of just be baked into here. First, we need the lattice. For now, it's just going to be a single mesh instance. It's going to be a GD mesh instance 3D. Yes. Actually, I'm going to make it optional as well, so we can initialize this as none. We have that, and now we need to gather the voxel data that we want. It's actually not that bad. So let's say if we do like we can just do set block, get block over and over again. This is not what we're gonna actually do later. We're gonna grab it directly from the chunks, because we don't want to like go through the hash map over and over and over again. But for now, get block is. Oh, I have different dependencies here. Let's go. I have to rebuild my dependencies. That's unlucky. That's gonna take a while. Oh, okay. It didn't take that long. Nice. 2757. I'm going to say lattice none. Yep. So this is correct syntax. I'm glad I didn't forget Rust syntax yet. This X, Y, Z. And we want to pass in the chunks. Doesn't need anything else. I guess not. Okay, good. Good. Mm. I guess you're gonna start your stream in a second, Nikki. Hmm. I don't know. I might raid you. Maybe. We'll see. Cause in like 2 hours we'll be leaving for swimming. So that's my ultimate deadline. But I might stop before that. Well, I'll see who's online at that point. But we get the blocks and I'm going to generate a 3D texture here actually. I already do this for lights. So transfer light data to mesh instances. Let's go. What did you do here? Array of images. We do a bunch of stuff here. Oh, okay. That's really ugly, but that's fine. Okay. So, yoink. That is not correct. And this goes in the middle of that. So instead of having this loop, I'm not gonna have any of you. I want to do this here. 100, 100. That pixel. What do we do? We can say, well, first of all, it's YZ. What's the value? I guess let's do this. Air is going to be 0. For now, we'll treat everything else the same. That's nice. So now we have the layer. Then we go here. Lattice voxel data dot push voxel layer. So good. Don't need that anymore. Trunk light, more like lattice voxel. There we go. $80, more like 100. Ugh, gotta stand up and stretch. Holy. Too much sitting. Ugh. I actually think, like, when I was deleting all the code, it was kind of a meditative experience now that I think about it. Like, deleting and then realizing, holy shit, this is actually pretty useful, though. Like, can I use this somehow? Can I not delete this? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, so this is called voxels. I guess I could have also gone from here. Voxels. Yep. Oh, the material. We don't actually have the material here. And the compiler is gonna scream about that. I still say this. Oh, also these have to be floats. That's good. Update lattice. Not found in GD material. What do I say up here? 110. No, I mean, okay. Struct blocks. Option GD Godot material. Huh? Uh, how do I get it here? I get the material. I guess I don't need a field for that. I can just get the current material. True. True. Beep boop. Okay. That's how I do the casting here. Nice. Okay. What about now? Ooh. Oh yeah, lattice. Not mesh instance, but lattice. Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Wow. Oh, is this indeed a thing that registers the lattice? Or did I just pass in it? I could just pass it in as a argument. Right? I can do this. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is immutable. What else do I even need? Do I need anything else? Is this complete? Gonna just test it. We pass in the lattice. We get the material. We get blocks from 0 to 100. We set the texture and we give it. We use L8 here. I mean, actually, L8 is fine. Now we build. What else do I have to do? Nothing? I need to do nothing else? Let's go. Let's see. Okay, you are already 100 by 100 by 100. You're also I don't have the autocomplete. I want the autocomplete. This could be good. Let me give you... What? Oh. Okay, the drag and drop just didn't want to work. Okay. Can't drop nodes because script lattice test does not inherit node. What do you mean? Okay, now it wants to work. We'll disable this for now and confirm that we can see everything. I'll off our stream. Catch you later. Feel free to share updates on progress. Thank you. Yeah, I might visit you or someone else. I will see who are online. Okay, have a good stream. Yes, we have this, and now we uncomment this. We should see nothing. Is our performance bad? It is. We don't want to do this constantly. I guess we'll do it on drop item. Okay. Let me fill some blocks in. in this area. Build this, and we'll go like this, this, this. 1, 1. Oh, there we go. Okay, but everything is so grayscale. I live in the past. Because it's the incorrect way around. But we are getting the mesh. It's rotated incorrectly, but we're getting the mesh. That's great. If I remove like 1 block from here, where does it disappear from? Let's test it. From there. Well, that was fast. Hello? Let's see, let me move constantly and then press the key and whistle the lag spike. Okay. I'm pretty sure the bulk of the time is spent on like iterating through every single like individual block. That's what my guess is. That's great though. Yeah. Yep. What do I? I commit. So now, we need to rotate this correctly. So, not incorrectly rotated. Whoa, what a sentence. We have to rotate this correctly, then we have to update it in real time. So if we change the block, we want to access the 3D texture for that, like 1 block and change it. What else? We want to reintroduce textures. We want to make the lattice bigger. We want to generate the lattice mesh on the Rust side. We want to move around the lattice, keep the player on the center. Hello, Limemaster. I will show you what I just achieved. I basically just got done doing this, and what I think I will do is I'll kind of draft the plan for what to do next, and then I'll actually most likely be done. Let me show you first. Let's do like 36, 20, 70. So now we have this block here, right? Just we filled in. And this is like with traditional meshing, right? This is actually, it looks the same, but, imagine these are colored. Actually, I can just, yeah, see? Well, I picked the 1 gray block. There we go. So this is like actually the traditional, like, generate the mesh on the CPU and transfer it to the GPU. Now when I press this key, okay, so it's rotated incorrectly still. I just wasn't sure which way. But this is done while mesh latticing, right? And it is it should be a lot faster, both to render and to generate. So it's literally just only wins. And I basically just have to draft plans for how I'm gonna do this. Have you ever heard of mesh latticing? I can real quickly show you the kind of illusion behind it, I guess. I showed this earlier in the stream, but let me do it again. First, we're not gonna have any discarding happening. We're gonna have some blindingly white sheets now. So you can see that I'm just generating, these little sheets that just go across on this axis. And there's a lot of them. Well, there's 100 of them. Well, 200 because one for both face, right? For like, so we render it this way and we also render it this way. Then we have this little process here where we discard most of the pixels here from the faces. So we still have the same slices. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna start from the beginning. I want to kind of show you what I've been up to. Alright. So I'm generating some sheets here, right? And also I hope you're doing well. I'm just excited because things are progressing very nicely. Right? As we generate some sheets, some mesh sheets here. You know, nothing too interesting. We go to our shader. We uncomment that out. Now we have some different colored pieces, right? So these are still the same sheets, but we discard most of the pixels and color some differently. Right, and now we peel back another layer of the illusion. Or I'll either like peel it back on. So now we render the X and the Z slices. Right? It's the same thing. There's the slices. Most of the pixels are being ignored, discarded. And it already looks like cubes. And then we did last. I double clicked. We did the last thing. Then we. If only my mouse works properly. Then we did last thing. And we have cubes. There's this here. But they're all like rendered with this slice, well, slice technique as I'm calling it, but it's lattice. It is called the global lattice. At least from the YouTube talk that I stole this technique from. It's very good. I do want to bring it up again. This talk is very great. If it would load. Yes. Very good. Highly recommend. If you want to go into voxels, this is I was looking at this. Oh, this is very good. Goes through the process of like discovering the technique basically. Oh, yeah, I need to also specify the block and the model. And now we have some dirt cube here. And what I can do is I can press a key that somewhat incorrectly uses the mesh lattice to render this block. Right? And I can destroy blocks here. I don't update that. It does take a bit to update because I'm replacing everything. I just realized this is all the same color, so it's actually very hard to spot where this is happening. It's right here. Yeah, we can see kind of a hole here. If I had different colors, it would be better. Or if I had shading, you'd maybe be able to see this. But it is happening. Let's go actually all the way through. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Now all the way through, do this, and here we see the hole. Yeah, it is very hard to visualize this when everything is one shade. Yeah. But yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. What I now need is I need to only touch certain parts of the lattice so I don't like retransfer everything all the time. And yeah, I also need to do gradual updates. Like if I set a block, then I need to remember, oh, this has to be updated. Like it's right now how it works is we just go from 0 to 100, note down every single block, and set the texture based on that. And that's it. Nothing else is happening. Yeah. Well, this is... Oh, how would I say? Like, this is kind of doing that. because I'm not gonna have chunks with these lattices. I'm just gonna have a big ass fucking lattice. And the player in the center, right? And if you like move 16, if you move like, yeah, if you move 16 blocks in one direction, then the lattice would be like warped 16 blocks like in that direction, and then, you know, like some stuff from this side would be discarded, and then we have new stuff coming in on this side, right? That's kind of the idea. Let's actually see how what the lattice would do here. We only have a part of the thing. Yeah, it's very, very good stuff. This is centered around 0, so it's a bit screwed up. Let's go here. And we make the lattice. And yeah, it doesn't matter what I generate, it like takes the same amount of time every time. Because I just generate a 3D texture. And this is passed at the shader. And the shader is just like, yep, we're rendering this. Smile. And it just works. Very cool, very cool. There's some artifacts there. Yeah. And what I was also thinking, I guess the only real problem with this is overdraw, right? So you can imagine that. Let me actually go to the base thing now. If we have these bunch of cubes here, I had the problem where when I was on the other side, I had smooth performance, but when I went to the other side and looked this direction, I would get terrible performance. It's not the case anymore, and it was only the case with like a big area, right? Like 2,500 blocks, on both axes. Then the problem really started becoming apparent. But I made it so, basically, the generation starts for the lattice in the center, like it places like the two faces for the x-axis that are in the center. Actually, no. It places like one x face, one z face, one y face, and then it's just like goes out like that gradually on all the axes like at the same time, until it reaches the end. Like, you know, if we reach the end on y first, then we're gonna stop trying to place faces there. But yeah. So basically just trying to reduce overdraw. And I could also reduce overdraw further by like if you imagine that we have, yeah, let's actually load this again. I don't know which one. This all are the same, I'm pretty sure. Distraction. But we could consider, now we have a big lattice here, and we could imagine this like scaled up like 50 or 100. We have this big empty area here, right? We just have a big empty cube here. And let's say we want to eliminate the overdraw, right? We can just rebuild the lattice mesh. I would still do it on the CPU because it's very cheap, right? You would just have the mesh be normal, but then this like one area is excluded. I wouldn't actually do that, but it's like, how would I say? I'm gonna build like a mini model of what I'm thinking. It's placed on a light. So if we have like some tower area, like imagine this is a parkour map that goes upwards, and then we have some backdrop down here, and that goes like this distance. Yeah, this mouse is really likes to double click. Wow. If you ever, yeah, okay, it's actually just breaking. Unlucky. I'll have to replace it at some point. Or repair. I actually don't know if I can repair this. Maybe. But if we have a lattice like this, or like an area like this, we need more blocks here, so it's symmetrical. An area like this, you know, with the parkour map in the middle, we just go up here, and then we have a backdrop here. It would be really wasteful to just have one big ass cube here, right? Where it's like this whole area needs to just be air. right? So you would just do overdraw for no reason. So in this case, you would want to have one lattice that's here, right? So this is like the actual map, and then you have the backdrop lattice here. And you just eliminated all this area that you would have had to otherwise render. And of course, this is like a mini model. I'm thinking like this is a huge backdrop, like this area, but like maybe 5 times bigger or something like that. Or like big areas. You don't want to render this for no reason. Actually, I'm not sure if I could render this area scaled up 5 times even with this. Perhaps not. But still, you get the point. And if we have some area in the middle here, you know, maybe it's a part of this lattice, so we extend it, or maybe it's its own lattice. I'm gonna have to figure out the logic for that. Now I'm gonna have to figure out what performs the best, and then just go with that, right? So it's gonna be a process of discovery to know what to do. But yeah, that's the basic plan right now. That is the basic plan. And now, time to do the to-do list. We're gonna have a new new section here, latticing. What do we need for latticing? Only update parts that have changed. Update in real time instead of on button press. Let's see, what else? Okay, well, textures. More resolution. Oh yeah, different models. LOD. I guess I'm gonna have like LOD is very easy to do. Like you just when you go out, you just make fewer faces in the distant lands. You just have less faces, so then you can cover a bigger area. Okay. And I guess that's also like, if I manually make a lattice, I could just set the quality of the lattice to be low, so you can have a huge backdrop, but it's just like a few faces. Only update parts that have changed, update in real time, textures, more resolution, support different models. Are we done after that? Let's think. Oh. Figure out. I'm thinking we might want to recenter. I'm thinking of having a lattice that moves with the player, but I might also do like static lattices that just exist within the world, or both. Both is an option. This is not critical. This is eventually. It will be done, but it's not critical. What I actually need to do right now, what is the next step? The very next step is to rotate the lattice correctly. Yes, we need to do this. The lattice needs to be rotated correctly. What am I talking about? So the lattice is rotated correctly. Then it's these two. In this order. And then textures. Then this, like, you know, more resolution comes after that. These are kind of the same point, so that's fine. There we go. So we have latticing and we have critical stuff. So we rotate the lattice correctly. So we actually see what's happening. Update in real time. On update parts that have changed. Textures. What this means that for now, the lattice will be just a static area. And if you place the block outside of that, it's just not going to be included. That's fine. For now. Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid plan. It is going to be a lot of work, but that's what it is. That is what it is. And I'm only doing it because, like, the naive meshing just didn't work. It didn't work well enough. Let's put it that way. Like, really meshing sounds like the reason I didn't want to do latticing is because I wanted to be able to support like having custom UVs on blocks. But greedy meshing already kind of stomps on that idea. Like, I just can't do that. And then it's like, well, I might as well just go and do the lattice stuff instead, because it seems like more interesting at least, and more promising. But yeah. I think that's it for this time. I'm gonna raid someone. Actually, first, ego check time. We're gonna see if we have a big enough raid to go swinging around. We do. It's more than 2. It is big enough. Oh, and Nikki is here. He was here earlier. There's not many people online. There's my friend is online. But they're playing League of Legends. Not really the same vibes. Odd Jones is live. We're gonna go to Nikki B. This is where we will go. / raid. But I'm live pretty much every day. You can check my schedule at nearpanic.com/stream/schedule. What else? I upload my VODs to YouTube, I guess, so nearpanic.com/stream/archive. So, yeah. Yep. Yeah, and this is time to like think and process this stuff before I get coding. But yeah, see you around, be nice, follow their chat rules and whatever. Yeah.